to another exciting edition of the Super Metroid Randomizer Accessibility Tournament, brought to you by Speedrunners Arena and Jay. Chat. Or maybe just Jay. I don't know. I'm the Cheese Raver. I will be your restreamer, commentator, seed roller, tracker, and I'm sure I probably have some other random thing that I'm doing on this one. We've got ourselves... This is a... I'm not going to call it the alternative winners bracket because I think that's stupid. This is a losers bracket round 6 match. The first match between CnEY or CnEY, I think it's CnEY, and Rossu. Should be a lot of fun. And I believe actually the winner of this match goes on to face me in the losers bracket. But I've made them wait long enough, so let me quit out of the race in SRL. And then I will switch us over to the actual view, and then we can get started. So yeah, said we have Rossu and CnEY. Should be good fun. Always like to see. Yep. My next opponent is the winner between these two. So yeah, I'll get to scout out the competition as I do this. That's always fun. So the timer has finished up in SRL, so we are just waiting for the stream to catch up, and then we'll be good to go. As I am restreaming and commentating, please let me know if background audio is not working properly, or if I need to mess with the balances or anything, because it's all me. And it looks like the timer, or the delay, is over, and it is time to race. So, Rossu and CnEY, both headed left. Still have to head left even in SMRAT, even with the beginner-friendly logic, I guess I'll call it. You still have to go left. They haven't made it where you can go right to start with. I'm still waiting for that particular batch. But there's still a green door over there, so you would still need some super missiles. Looks like neither of our runners employing the old, or I guess the new, the moonfall, falling at the appropriate fall speed. Rossu makes it through pitless. CnEY only drops into one pit, so not too bad. Only about a second apart, headed down towards Retro Bryn. And we'll have to see what they get as their starting item. Only 4 options: Morph Ball, Ice, High Jump, and Space Jump. And it is Space Jump. And I should start marking stuff. So both of our runners get Space Jump. Space Jump, great movement item. Doesn't mess up your climb like Ice or High Jump likes to. Ice because you either have to turn it off or shoot everything twice. High Jump because it just messes with your muscle memory. But since Space Jump was there, it means Morph Ball will have to be in the ceiling. Rossu just taking the damage boost up into the ceiling. And we may have had a freeze on CnEY's stream. Nope, he's back. CnEY, on the other hand, actually going to use the Morph Ball. And Rossu finding the high jump boost right there in Retro Bryn. That's a powerful combination of movement items that our runners already have with high jump and space jump. That's kind of crazy. And we have some super missiles there at Alpha Missiles. Always nice to find some super missiles. But since they have not found bombs nor power bombs at this point, it means that the item at Bomb Torizo has to either be bombs or power bombs, as the Alcatraz escape is not an option, or it's an option. It is not in the logic. In order to get out of Bomb Torizo, the logic thinks that you need either bombs or power bombs. So we'll get to find out which one of those it is. We'll have to see how those high jump boots affect our runners in the climb. As I was saying earlier when I was talking about your starter item possibilities, those high jump boots can mess up the muscle memory that you've got in the climb. I find it's generally a little worse for people that do the behemoth climb than people who do the wall climb. I mean, it messes up both of them, but I think it messes up the behemoth climb just a little bit more. Looks like both of our runners doing that right side wall climb. Rossu goes up into the parlor as CnEY's still in the still taking a couple of hits from pirates in the climb, but making his way up. And Rossu gonna head down towards Bomb Terizo. And hopefully he gets some good stuff there. We'll have to see. Has those super missiles to open the door in one shot. If it is bombs, they do at least have super missiles. Nope, it's just power bombs. Which the odds are that power bombs are there. Just pure numbers. There's one set of bombs in the game. There are, well, anywhere from 3 to about 20 sets of power bombs in the game, just depending on pure luck. Rossu tried to do a modified Alcatraz with that space jump. And he gets out. Nicely done. And looks like he may be heading down with those new power bombs to check tunnel plan. And I believe he is. Kenny, on the other hand, probably going to do... Yeah, he's going to turn off those high jump boots. While Alcatraz can be done with high jump boots, you know, even without space jump, it is much more difficult with high jump on. And Rossu finding just regular missiles there at dental plan. So now has at least one type of each ammo. Oh, it gets the nice smooth jump into the tube coming out of dental plan. It looks like Rossu is not going to head over towards Terminator. Gonna head outside, possibly for a save. And it looks like we may have a freeze. Oh, no. Looks like he caught up. Alright, not sure what that was. But... Alright, let's see what Rossu's up to. Oh, Rossu may be checking criteria power bombs. Some people call it the volcano. Up at the top right of the landing site. He does have that space jump, which gives him logical access. Doesn't have enough power bombs to make it through Gauntlet. So unless you find either screw attack, regular bombs, or more power bombs, I doubt we'll see either of our runners make a Gauntlet check. And it looks like Kenny is just going to head towards Terminator, find himself another pack of super missiles. Nothing wrong with another pack of supers. And Rossu just finds missiles at criteria power bombs and then takes a death. But he wasn't going to pick up the missiles anyway, so I don't know that loses or gains him anytime. It's probably neither. Oh, Kenny checks the backside of Gauntlet and sees the Various suit back there. So that is a very important piece of information. A very important piece of information, if you will, that Kenny has just seen. We'll have to see whether Rossu makes that check or not. Looks like Kenny trying to farm up possibly that last power bomb. Oh, gets both and so is now full up on everything, supers and power bombs. As Rossu's gonna make his way through Terminator, pick up those supers, and we'll have to see whether he makes that all-important backside of Gauntlet check. Because that early knowledge of where Varia is very important. Looks like Rossu is gonna make this backside check. So he will have that same information that Kenny got. Kenny gonna try the mock ball into Brinstar Reserve. Gets it. Nicely done. Finds missiles. And Ron Popeil is power bombs, which will give our runners possible not logical access through Gauntlet, but possible access through Gauntlet. I believe the logic actually requires screw attack as your item to go through. Hadouken Spammer, I actually think there's a good chance that's the way they go about it. Take the reverse meme route, going back through Retro Bren. But we'll have to see. Rossu about to find the same power bombs and missiles that Kenny just found. Kenny finding some super missiles up at early supers. So we'll have to see. Does Kenny go up and go immediately to Gauntlet? Nope. Kenny looks like we're gonna head down towards the Etacoons. Has to be careful of health here going into the Etacoons, because they will drain you quickly. Alright, Kenny finds the grapple beam. Very nice. No, okay, making sure I haven't missed tracking anything. I kind of forgot I was tracking there for a minute. Finds the grapple beam, finds an E-tank down at Etacoons. That's a very nice find. Your first E-tank is always a very important looks like, yep, he is going to head down into the spike pit in order to check the Etikun powerbomb item. And Rossu is not far behind, heading down towards the Etikuns himself. Both of our runners now having 15 power bombs. Just a bit, but it's cool. I'm in it to win it, so it's all good. Alright, Kenny finds supers at the Etikun's power bombs as Rossu picks up that E-tank. So now we'll see Rossu head down into the spikes, and I'm sure we'll see Kenny head over towards Big Pink. Both of our runners knowing where that various suit is, I do expect we will see that reverse meme route and have them go up into Retro Bryn. We may see the Billy Mays check. Actually, generally when you do that reverse meme route into Billy Mays or into Retro Bryn, you do check Billy Mays, even if you're really just headed towards Gauntlet. More power bombs there above Mission Impossible. Looks like Kenny says no thank you. Let's be careful in this room. Those big side hoppers do 80 damage a shot, which will put a hurt on you. But Kenny takes care of them without too much trouble, and finds the screw attack, giving him logical access through Gauntlet. So the next item that's actually in the logic would be the various suit there at the back of Gauntlet. Let's see whether Rossu also takes the trip to Mission Impossible. Looks like he will. Rossu does pick up those power bombs though. And looks like Kenny, Kenny's gonna go for the back door of Spore Spawn. Gets it on the first super, nicely done. And we'll get to see what Spore Spawn holds without even having to fight. And there's Rossu picking up that screw attack. And there's the Spring Ball. Kenny has validated his run, finding the Spring Ball. That's a lot of movement items. Actually, basically all of the movement items our runners have except Speed Booster. Rossu going to check charge first, finding even more power bombs, now up to 25. That's right, Peepo SP. And we'll have to see where Rossu goes with this. Kenny doing the Morph Ball turnaround and the Wave Gate glitch. It is a good bit easier to do when you've got those high jump boots. You don't have to jump out of the doorway. Rossu gets it first try. Kenny, I think, got it on second try. And they are rewarded with missiles for their trouble. Kenny says no thank you. Rossu goes ahead and picks them up. And unfortunately, it looks like we have a little bit of a freeze on Kenny's side, but he's made it out. Now I expect we will see Rossu take the check down here of Spore Spawn, and it looks to be the case. Rossu trying to line up that pixel. Everybody's kind of got their own little pixel to do this at, but there are a bunch of different pixels that work. Alright, Rossu gets it, and he'll be able to go with his Spring Ball. Kenny, not going immediately up towards Billy Mays, is going to check Green Hills and finds another E-Tank, which is a very nice thing to find here, as Rossu picks up that Spring Ball and validates his run. And now it looks like Kenny's going to head back up towards Retro Bryn. And I expect, well, obviously we'll see the Retro Power Bombs. I expect we'll get a check of Billy Mays. And Kenny abusing that screw attack there against those big side hoppers. Screw attack being just wrecking every normal enemy in the game without mercy. And Rossu doing very much the same thing that Kenny did as far as checking the Green Hills item, grabbing that E-Tank, and then likely gonna head up. Looks like Kenny is headed towards Billy Mays, as Rossu is gonna head back up Green Hills. Kenny tops the floor of Billy Mays. Looks like probably turn off the high jump boots to make this jump. It does make it a good bit easier to jump through the doorway if you don't have the high jump boots on. Alright, we've got missiles in Billy Mays, but wait, there's more. And super missiles. Yeah, it's right. Era Theta. That is a thing. I mean, it's just because there are certain routes that are just going to be more profitable because you're going to be able to see more items, and just knowing how the logic works. But yeah, it's just the meta game. And then, of course, this one, it's no surprise that our runners took very similar routes because they both saw the Various suit there at the back of Gauntlet. So they wanted to route in such a way that brings them back to the Gauntlet while still being able to check a good number of items. So I expect we will see Kenny check underneath Old Mother Brain, and then head up towards Gauntlet. We may see a check of Climb Supers, but not having that speed booster, I mean, it's good information, but I don't know whether we'll see either of our runners do so. Kenny is going to check Old Mother Brain, find another pack of supers, be up to 30 supers, which is very nice. And Rossu going to do likewise. Looks like we are going to get a Climb Supers check here out of Kenny. Cannot get the item, but he can at least find out what it is. Putting those high jump boots on because it'll make all the wall jumps a little faster. Let's see. Oh, looks like we're going to get it out of Rossu as well. I am a little surprised that both of our runners are checking it, but it's one of those items that... Alright, it's just super missiles, so we won't see either of our runners come back, but had it been something like Gravity Suit or Charge Beam or, you know, some Ice Beam or something of that nature, we may have seen our runners come back for it. With it just being some supers, that's not going to happen. That is now a dead item to them. Alright, so we'll see our runners make their way back up the climb, and I expect we'll see a quick trip to the ship. And then a quick trip through the Gauntlet. Having that screw attack really makes the Gauntlet a whole lot easier to do, and a whole lot safer. But, I mean, if you get grabbed by a Yapping Maw at the wrong time, death is still a possibility because having no suits, that acid really hurts. We see Kenny take a trip to the ship, and Rossu do the same. So chat, which of our runners do you think will be first to enter the mythical Yeet mode? Looks like Kenny is going to check the landing site power bombs. Rossu has already made that check, so he's going to go straight through to the Gauntlet. Finds the Ice Beam at Gauntlet. That's a pretty big find. I know Rossu pretty well. I've raced against him before. I know he knows the Ice Clip through towards Bot Wound, so if he doesn't find Speed Booster, that'll be just okay for him. He's going to try to do some quick drops here at the back end of the Gauntlet, and we'll grab that Various suit. He now has orange pants. Kenny, just a couple of screens behind, grabs the Ice Beam from the Gauntlet Major. And Rossu goes ahead and grabs those super missiles as well. Still hasn't found a charge beam, so those supers could definitely be important. So now we'll have to see. I expect we'll see definitely Rossu. I think is definitely going to head that direction, and I expect we'll see CnEY do the same. Head all the way to the right of the landing site. Possibly do a quick moat check, and then probably head down Red Tower, checking a few things along the way. So there's the Varia suit for CnEY. And he picks up the supers as well. Then again, we could easily see either or both of our runners just go clear out the wreck ship right now. I mean, they do have access to everything in the wreck ship except for wreck ship reserve. Rossu is at least going to cross the moat, and from where he kept going, I expect we may see him just head straight into wreck ship. And that appears to be the case. Let's see how much in the wreck ship he actually checks. Power bombs at the not the sky missiles. What are those? The morph ball maze missiles in the ocean, or mid? I call them the mid-ocean missiles. All right. Rossu finds another E-tank at the low ocean item. That's generally a pretty good move there, Pete. That's the move Ashdar really loves to do, and Ashdar is a very fine player. CnEY, on the other hand, not heading towards wreck ship at all, just going to head down Red Tower. So we'll have to see which of these pays off. Have to see if Rossu finds anything of note in the wreck ship, or if CnEY finds something of note heading down. But yes, we finally have ourselves some real route divergence, which is always fun to see. CnEY finds some supers at beta power bombs. And Rossu gonna check the spooky missiles. Spooky missiles is some spooky supers. That's true, Theta. I would say with the amount of things they have found, there is a decent chance that the wreck ship doesn't have anything of note. Already having that Varia. Already having Varia, already having really all of the movement items they need. And Alpha Power Bombs is missiles and an E-tank. And Rossu about to take on Fantoon, the first boss we will have seen. 21 minutes in and we're on our first boss. Doppler action. Starts the Doppler a little bit early. I believe he walled a couple of those missiles. CnEY, having checked the top of Red Tower, looks like he may be headed up. He may be headed for the wreck ship himself. May have just wanted to check the top of Red Tower before heading down. It's a play I'm a little surprised about. I figure if you're going to make that play, you probably head straight to the wreck ship. But, I mean, there was a possibility he could have found something like gravity there at the top of Red Tower and just gone straight down. And Rossu has finished off the Elephant Ghost. Lit up the wreck ship. Update that title real quick. Alright, so we've got CnEY finding that E-tank there at the low ocean item, as Rossu is going to take a look-see over at right side supers. And finds power bombs. Says no thank you. I already have 25 of those. Why in the world would I want more? Not gonna have to do suitless lower Norfair. Obviously, you're never required to do suitless anything in this logic, but wouldn't even have to anyway because already has that Varia suit. Finds missiles at left side supers. So we may see a check of the wreck ship E-Tank. We may see Rossu peace out. Nope. So he's going to check the that E-Tank. And Kenny is going to check spooky missiles, find those supers. Right, Rossu in the pointy room of life. And makes it through, taking no damage. Nicely done. Kenny's heading down towards Fantoon's lair to take on the Elephant Ghost. Alright, Rossu checking wreck ship E-Tank, finds a pack of supers, goes ahead and picks those up. Since they still don't have charge beam, I expect they will keep picking up ammo until they either have enough to kill off Mother Brain or find charge. And really, with only ice beam, even if they do find charge, they may still pick up ammo. Not quite. Rossu would need either a couple of more packs of missiles or another two super packs to fully finish off everything and to be in full go mode. Alright, Kenny starting the Dopplers up. Tries to get the stutter going. Looks like Rossu is going to head up wreck ship. Not going to pull the Azure play and duck out after the bottom half. So we'll see how that goes for him. Kenny still taking on the Elephant Ghost. Oh, forgot to jump there at the left-hand side to make sure that Fantoon came in low enough for the Doppler. Alright, gonna farm up off of the flames a little bit. As Rossu heads into my least favorite room in the game. I hate this damn room. So very, very much. And he will find there... It was an ammo item of some sort. It was either missiles or supers. I did not quite catch which. Not important enough for him to care. Alright, Kenny's still taking on Fantoon. Yeah, Fantoon's looking awfully red. And that is a dead Elephant Ghost for Kenny. And Rossu is going to check the wreck ship reserve item, even though he can't pick it up. Good information. It is just a super pack, so he will not be worried about the fact that he does not have speed booster to pick it up. We'll have to see whether Kenny decides to check the entirety of the wreck ship or just check the bottom half and duck out. We have missiles at Sky Missiles, so Rossu says no thanks. And he's going to head towards bowling. Alright, Kenny sees those power bombs at right side supers and says nope. As Rossu now has time to check his Tinder or social media of choice. As the bowling Chorizo will slowly but surely make its way through the spikes and down the stairs. Let's see, looks like Kenny may be looking to grab a save before heading to the spiky room of death. Cannot blame him there. He's got a good bit of health, but you know what? It's called the spiky room of death for a reason. It has killed many a player in its time. Rossu finding the plasma beam at the wreck ship reserve missile item. Very nice find. Very powerful beam. And would definitely make it even more worthwhile if you can find a charge beam to go with it. We have just missiles at Gravity Suit. Rossu goes ahead and picks them up, probably pretty much dedicating himself to not finding charge at this point. with that ammo count, I can't blame him. I would probably also just expect I'm not going to find charge. Kenny picks up those supers at wreck ship E-tank and then resets, deciding he really doesn't want to take the time to go back. And Rossu gonna head down Red Tower. I expect we'll see him make those same Red Tower checks that we saw Kenny make earlier. And Kenny going to head up the wreck ship. Trying to get that clip right there. What you have to do is you have to jump into that spin jumping and then angle while you're in the gap, and then you can jump out of it and jump through the floor. Alright, Rossu picks up supers at beta power bombs. Kenny uses that screw attack to full force, heading through the attic. And knowing what we know, gravity either has to be at X-ray, somewhere in Kraid's lair, or somewhere in Norfair. As gravity in the SMRAT logic cannot be in Lower Norfair nor in Meridia. I guess it also theoretically could be at... No, wait, it can't be at Waterway in this. That is considered a short charge. So gravity cannot be at Waterway. Should they happen to find Speed Booster. Rossu heading down the Red Tower. I expect we will see him do an X-ray check. And that appears to be the case. As Kenny heads back left through the attic and out into the high ocean. He's going to check the Sky Missile item. Rossu can use that screw attack space jump combo to just rush his way through X-ray. Finds just supers there and decides they are not worth it. I realize it's a one-tap, but per the SMRAT logic, it is technically a short charge, and therefore it is not. It's not considered, or it's not in logic. So gravity can't be there. The logic thinks you need gravity to do it. Actually, I don't even know that it's technically a one-tap. I've been told that it is exactly the right length even without a one-tap. Or even without a one-tap. But that is the logic as it is. I didn't write it. I just am a part of it. Alright. Rossu picking up supers at Spazer. Up to 55 supers now. A very nice quantity of supers for this point in the game. And I expect the next place we'll see Rossu head is into Kraid's lair. 3 items there, plus a boss, of course. Kenny gonna head through bowling. Gonna use that space jump to get over the spikes. Rossu fires the super missile at the blue door, but the blackness of the wall eats it, and so he has to shoot the door normally. He's got the power bomb selected, so I expect we'll see him check the Kraid missile item. And that would be regular missiles. Rossu says, no thank you, I don't need any of those. Kenny is going to go pick up that plasma beam from the wreck ship reserve missile item. Or maybe it's a bowling missile, I'm not sure. I don't know, whatever you call this item. Rossu setting up. He's got his missile selected, so I expect he's going to try for the Kraid quick kill, the 2 missile, 3 super kill. And a very nice quick kill there by Rossu. And we'll get to see what's at the Varia location. It is regular missiles, and Rossu does not want them. Alright, Kenny heading out of the wrecked ship and back into Crateria. I expect we will see him head right down Red Tower. He's already checked the top end of Red Tower, so his next stop will likely be the X-Ray. Alright, Rossu heading down towards the Frog Pocket, so we'll get to see what's in the Frog Pocket, and it's just supers, and that puts Rossu up to 60 supers, which is enough by itself to clear Mother Brain 2. He would still need a little more ammo to clear Mother Brain 1. Kenny's heading into X-Ray as Rossu heads down into Norfair. We'll have to see if we get a... Will we get a high jump check? Will we get an ice check? Looks like we're at least going to get the high jump check here. That's 3 items in very close proximity, and there's the gravity suit for Rossu. That puts him basically in yeet mode. All he needs is a little bit more ammo. He would want 3 more packs in order to not have to go refill. Because you need 36 missiles to kill Mother Brain 1 without having to break the glass and come back. Or 1 pack of supers. Alright, Rossu gonna head through the Cathedral Hell Run, not having that speed booster. And I expect we will probably see Rossu head straight for Lower Norfair. Nope, he is gonna check. He must be looking for 1 more pack of supers to finish off his ammo. That'll technically give him everything he needs, though I bet if he finds 2 more packs of supers, he'd probably feel a little better about it. Or, of course, the charge beam. If he finds charge, it's all over. If he finds charge, it's full yeet mode. No muss, no fuss. All yeet. Actually, on quadruple duty, Phoenix, there's just not a spot for Seed Roller on here. Though Seed Roller is kind of a... I'm not saying it's not an important duty, but most of the time the Restreamer and the Seed Roller are the same person. Not quite always, but usually. And it does look like Rossu is going to head down into Lower Norfair, as Kenny is heading into Kraid's lair. I doubt we'll see Rossu make any extraneous checks here in Lower Norfair. He'll probably check Power Bombs of Shame. He'll probably check Ridley's item. He may check Fire Fleas because it's so quick to check. Basically, I don't expect to see him make any door transitions to have to make any extra checks. If it doesn't take a door transition, there's a decent chance that he takes it. With his item set, worst room in the game. It's not really the worst room in the game. Oh, and I missed. Kenny took Kraid to prom, but sat Kraid right back down pretty quickly. As Rossu makes his way through the amphitheater. Through the 3 amigos with that screw attack. And he's gonna head down towards the wasteland. Kenny gonna check the Frog pocket, which, if I recall correctly, was just a pack of supers. It is, and now our runners have very similar ammo counts. Rossu's got two more packs of power bombs. Oh, and finds another pack of supers, putting him technically in yeet mode. Though it would not surprise me if he wants to pick up one more pack of supers just as a safety valve and to not have to do any refilling for doors and such. Alright, Rossu is taking on the Kung Fu Pirates. Using those super missiles to good effect. And he's going to head into Plower House. Kenny is going to check ice first. Rossu does not need to do any farming pre-Ridley. She's going to head right on in. Kenny checking the ice palace will find E-Tank. And we have Wolf Freeze in his stream. Nope, he's back, and looks like he did pick up that E-Tank. Taking on the Space Pelican, and that's enough Space Pelican for Rossu. The Space Pelican explodes. Rossu gets the goodies. Pretty clean fight there from Rossu. I think I only saw him miss one, maybe two supers in there. And Ridley's item is regular missiles. Rossu says no. Kenny checks the Crumble Shaft item, just a reserve tank. Actually, I believe the first reserve tank we've seen. So Rossu is only one boss away from heading towards Torian. And Kenny, as I expect, is going to head down towards High Jump and we'll get that gravity suit. Putting him pretty much in yeet mode, still wanting a little bit more ammo, I expect. Well, needing a little bit more ammo and probably wanting a little bit more. Okay, picks up that gravity suit. I can mark that off. Goes ahead and grabs that energy tank as well, putting him at 7. If Kenny does find Charge Beam, now has enough E-Tanks to do stand-up glitch. And having that Plasma Beam would actually make it worthwhile. As Rossu heads into Fire Fleas, and looks like he is going to check the Fire Flea item. And it is more supers. Now at 2570, I have a feeling Rossu now feels a lot more comfortable with that ammo count. And we may or may not see him really check much of anything else. Because that is full on yeet mode. Nope, still checking. Maybe still looking for that charge. Alright, sees super missiles in jail. Don't know if he'll find it worth the time to go grab them. Just because that is an item that takes a while to go get. He's gonna check this item here. Find more supers and pick them up. Maybe I don't understand Rossu at all. Maybe he'll just keep picking up stuff. Who knows? I guess we'll have to find out. Alright, he does not head over towards jail to pick up those supers. And Kenny takes a quick stop in Bubble Mountain, checks the Bubble Mountain item, finds power bombs there, doesn't want them. Rossu finds a reserve tank at the Franker Z item. He doesn't need that. And that was in fact a good old Kappa tank. And Rossu is out of Lower Norfair. And does not go to check waves, so I expect we'll just see Rossu make a beeline for Meridia. Or he'll go check Norfair Reserve. Maybe, I don't know anything. Oh, and I bet you he's happy he did check Norfair Reserve, because there's the speed booster. Alright, I cannot insult his methods anymore because he just found Speed Booster. I got nothing. Alright, and regular bombs. Finds missiles, goes ahead and picks up the missiles, but not the regular bombs, though with 25 power bombs, regular bombs aren't really worthwhile at this point. That's right, he could go get those Wreck Ship Reserve Supers. I hope he does. No, not really. That would be a very silly thing for him to do. Alright, Kenny makes his way up through the worst room in the game without any problems. And is going to head through Amphitheater using those space jump strats. As Rossu takes the Speedway and is going to head right up out of North Air. Did Kenny check North Air Reserve? Did I miss that? I'm having to pay attention to a lot of stuff here, so if I miss something, please let me know. Does Kenny have Speed Booster? I don't know when we'd first see him. I know he went into Bubble Mountain, but I thought all he did was catch a save. I don't know, we'll find out, yeah. I mean, if he eventually shows off a Speed Booster, we'll know. Rossu is in Meridian now. I do not expect we'll see him check much of anything. Kenny finds those supers there at Power Bomb of Shame. Rossu still having 34 supers remaining, and I don't think we'll see him do any farming before Bot Wound. So that's plenty of ammo to make it through. Alright, Kenny is in the Kung Fu Pirate room, taking them on. And pops the second one. Rossu is heading into Bot Wound as Kenny heads through Powerhouse, and I'm going to say Kenny does not have Speed Booster because I did not see any Speed Echoes there in the Powerhouse room running through the acid. And that is a dead Sea Snack on Rossu's side. Rossu deciding to wait until the pillar finishes exploding before leaving. I believe I just saw some super missiles at the Bot Wound E-Tank. Looks like Rossu's going to be going for at least a halfie. Let's see. Oh, it looks like he's going for the full halfie. Will he get it? Oh, and Rossu with a beautiful full halfie. Nicely done. And goes into the save room. I'm guessing that was just a mistake. As Kenny finishes off the Space Pelican. Rossu finds missiles at the Precious Missiles. And Kenny finds missiles at Ridley's item. Alright. So we'll have to see how Rossu decides to kill Dragon. From the running back and forth, I expect we will see some Shine Sparks here. And that's a first Shine Spark in the forehead. As Kenny makes his way up into the wasteland, his way back out. So there's a couple of supers into Dragon there during a goop phase. Nope, doesn't get grabbed, has that Speed Booster, that Screw Attack to get rid of the goop. Looks like Rossu may be finishing off Dragon with just some supers. Let's see. Gets gooped, but not quite. And that's a dead shrimp. And Rossu gets a blue suit out of it. See whether he checks the space jump item or not. Looks like he will. And it is just missiles. She's unconcerned with. And we should probably see him make a beeline for Turian here. Kenny picks up the super missiles at Firefly E-Tank. Now having more than enough ammo to make his way through Mother Brain 1 and 2. And Rossu gets a nice reverse halfie using that blue suit. And Kenny gonna check the item in jail, which I believe was supers, and it was. I doubt we'll see him go pick those up. Could be. We will find out once the race is over during the spoiler log exactly where that charge beam was. Kenny picking up some super missiles here. I doubt we see him go pick up the ones in jail. But those are a nice quick check that don't require a door transition. Check Fragger Z, which I believe was just a reserve tank, and it was a cap tank. Now we'll have to see what does Rossu do with the Ponkfish. And Rossu murders the hell out of the Ponkfish. That is one dead fish. And Kenny finishes his sojourn through Lower North Air. Let's see whether he checks that Norfair reserve item and finds the speed booster. Nope, just gonna head straight on out, which don't blame him. I wouldn't have checked Norfair reserve. And I realized it worked out for Rossu, but I wouldn't have. And Rossu. I don't just expect. I'm very certain we will see Rossu refill the ship here, and then head into Torian. There's the refill. Didn't notice whether he caught the save or not. As Kenny heads up out of Norfair for the last time, and I expect we'll see him break the tank, break the tube, and head into Meridia. Rossu getting the beautiful golden forest skip. It's a very difficult trick to pull off, but it saves a ton of time when you do. Rossu's gonna head into Metroid room number 1 as Kenny heads towards the aqueduct. Rossu finishes up Metroid room 1. Kenny gonna catch a save here at the aqueduct. Not sure if he's gonna start checking some sand pits or if he just wants to save. He may not be confident in his bot wound with only 20 supers. Looks like he's gonna head up as Rossu leaves Metroid room 3, heading into Metroid 4. Got that weird graphical glitch on Rossu's screen where the Metroids weren't showing their green shells, all you were seeing was the brain inside. Kenny gonna take on the sea snake. Rossu going for the baby skip. Doesn't have wave beam, which makes this a good bit harder. Oh Oh, and he gets caught. Not gonna go through the doorway and get the perma baby slow, because that makes this all take way too long. So, but does face right, which is of course the correct direction, saving 40 frames and looking back over all the rest of those frames that he saw throughout the game. Pops open the red door with regular missiles, which I'm sure we will see him refill alongside his health here. And turning off that screw attack, likely to make his Zeb skip easier. If you leave screw attack on, you have to do the down back strat, which is I don't know if I call it harder, but it's a slightly different strat if you're not used to it. He may be able to do it, or is he going for the speed skip? Nope. He does. He either needs to turn it off, or I believe you can do it with an angled shot from below. But he'd probably be best off just turning off plasma. Oh, nope, he gets it from below. And makes it through the Zeb. Let's see, doing the math. He has about 9 extra super missiles past what he needs. Yep. So he can miss up to 9 supers here. Kenny finishes off the shrimp. That's the last of Golden 4 for Kenny. I'm sure we'll see him make his way towards Torian shortly. After a quick check of space jump, Rossu pounding Mother Brain 2 with those super missiles. Rossu was able to not get touched by that catch-up, possibly had some iframes involved, but got hit by the second one. Alright, that's all of Rossu's supers, straight in Mother Brain's face. Damages himself down to 300, and now it's cutscene time. Kenny taking advantage of that space jump, doing the nice and easy path backwards through the Coliseum. Rossu gets the swag strat with the grapple beam during the rainbow beam. Rossu still in that cutscene as Kenny is almost out of Meridia. Let's see what he does to the fish. Tickles the fish with the grapple beam, but leaves it alone otherwise. As the baby is getting pounded by Mother Brain on Rossu's screen, and oh no, the baby's dead. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the Metroidity? Samus is super pissed. He's gonna whip out the Hyper Beam and shoot Mother Brain in the face 36 times. Kenny is in Crateria, heading back towards the ship. That is it for Mother Brain 3 on Rossu's side. Rossu does get the perfect escape of the Mother Brain room with 3 men still on the timer. Alright, speed booster. Could take a couple of shortcuts here in the escape. As Kenny's heading back through the parlor, headed over towards Torian. Rossu making his way through the Leodoc's room. We'll have to see whether Rossu decides to save the animals, but I don't believe Rossu is an animal lover when it comes to Super Metroid. Making his way up the parlor. It says, nope to the animals. And Rossu has done with an official time of 59 minutes and 16 seconds. GG to Rossu. Very well done. He will take game 1 of this best of 3. See if I can't find the winner button. Where's the winner button? I know you exist. I'm having to find it within the OBS. There we go. And we have... That should do it. That should do it. Come on. Okay. Doing it through Virtual Console, so it takes a second. There we go. Alright, we have a winner. Rossu has won game 1. GG to Rossu. I would invite him in for an interview, but their next match will start pretty much as soon as this one ends. There'll probably be a short break. So it's not really, we'll interview after the second one, or third one. Alright, Kenny looks like he's not going to go for the baby skip. Is just going to try to beat the crap out of himself on that large side hopper. And then get grabbed by the baby. If anybody out there wants to commentate the next match, my mouth is getting pretty dry. I could probably do it, but it's just gonna get worse. Credits are rolling on Rossu's side, so soon enough we'll be able to find out where a couple of items that we didn't see were. Mostly that charge beam, though wave would have been nice to find as well. We saw bombs, Rossu chose not to pick them up. I do like that in the newest update of Very Randomizer, it actually shows you what logic it wanted you to use. And Charge Beam was in fact at the waterway. Yeah. Aerith Theta did in fact call that earlier in the match. And yeah, there really wasn't a whole lot. By the time you found Speed Booster, there was really no reason to go to Waterway. Right, Kenny has the Rinka frozen and is just waiting to take a little bit of damage. Oh no, didn't quite take the damage fast enough. We have Deer Force on Rossu's side. The active player. Which means this should actually go over here. got to be very careful about his health here. He's done the catch up. That would be it. But looks like we've got Rainbow Beam a-coming. I will only be able to fix that once the VNC server lets me back in. So there's not anything I can do about that. Alright, I'm back in and I can turn Kenny down some. Alright, the baby is latched on. Uh-oh, it turns out Mother Brain's not actually dead, y'all. Oh no, oh the poor baby. Oh no. No, stop it, Mother Brain, stop it, no! Yeah, spoiler alert, baby dies again. Kenny is 36 shots of this hyper beam into Mother Brain's face. And Kenny will be done with Mother Brain 3 and Mother Brain in general, and only have the escape remaining. Alright, and that is it for Mother Brain 3 for Kenny. With the nicely sped up Mother Brain hashing scene. So much faster than it is in the vanilla game. Kenny not having the speed booster is going to have to take the long way around here. And we'll also have to make the climb the old-fashioned way. Kenny navigating the Leodoc's room. Getting tripped up a little bit in the climb, probably due to the high jump boots. Alright, and we have a dot done from Kenny with an official time of 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 11 seconds. GG. So what I'm gonna do, because the next one is scheduled to follow this one directly, we'll probably take a couple-minute break. I will reset the stream real quick. And then we'll get another one going. We'll see game 2 of Rossu versus Kenny. so we will be right back, and you'll probably just have some background music for a few minutes while we take just a little break. So we will be back.